Melinda, thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here, Deb.
What is the sexualisation of children?
The sexualisation of children refers to the way we are not allowing children to develop sexually in their own time. We are imposing adult sexual concepts on children before they are developmentally or cognitively equipped to understand or to be able to negotiate sexual behaviour.
So is that the same as the objectification of children?
It's very, very similar. It's basically treating children not in their full humanity with full dignity, but saying they are just objects. They are objects to be targeted by advertisers and marketers who are always looking to expand their reach, their markets. And so we're selling children things that we once only sold adults. We're telling little children, you need to act hot, thin and sexy to be acceptable. Through toys, games, billboards, music video clips, lots of items marketed to children now carry these sexual messages to them.
That same objectification is what we see for women.
Correct.
Also, isn't it?
And this is what's changed. Before it was only women who were objectified, but now what we're seeing is that little girls are being treated the same way. Little girls are being expected to behave in adult ways. They're expected to possess a sexual knowingness well before they're ready. Little girls are getting messages that to be considered acceptable, they need to behave in hypersexualised ways. They need to actually imitate the behaviour of prostitutes, to act in prostitute-like ways to attract male attention.
Would you call that abuse?
It is, absolutely. I do call it abuse. What the research tells us is that objectifying women, sexualising girls, contributes to a raft of physical and mental negative health outcomes. We know that sexualisation contributes to poor academic performance, depression, anxiety, self-harm, a range of ill health effects.
So what does it look like for a young person? What is she looking at that's giving her this image that she feels that she needs to be following?
Everywhere little girls look, they are seeing images of digitally enhanced, airbrushed women who look thin, hot and sexy. They're getting this message reinforced that if they want to be acceptable, if they want to get approval, they have to look and act the same way. Even little girls' magazines, I'm talking magazines that are pitched at 8 to 10 and 11-year-olds, are full of fashion advice, celebrity gossip, information about having a crush on older boys, hair, makeup, beauty. So girls get this one-dimensional view of how they should be. It's not about their artistic merit or their intellect or their ability to bring change in the world, to fight poverty, for example. It's all about how good they can look. So many girls feel, well, I can't look like that, there must be something wrong with me. They internalise that and they start to hate themselves. So we're seeing an absolute epidemic of it.
What can we do that can help rectify this major problem?
We need to act personally and we need to act politically. Personally, I often say to mums, look, how do you feel about yourself? Are you weighing yourself 100 times a day? Are you complaining about your own bodies? Are you limiting what you eat? Because the research again shows that our daughters will pick up those cues from us. But we also need to act more broadly. We need to make a change in the culture, and that's why I've started a new organisation called Collective Shout, which will equip and empower people to speak out on these issues in the public domain. We need to call upon our federal and state governments, our MPs, to not allow this to happen. We need to boycott companies, advertisers and marketers. We need to use our money wisely and say, okay, we're not going to support those stores which give our children messages that they are just eye candy, they are just sex objects.
You've written a book called Getting Real. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I wrote Getting Real, challenging the sexualisation of girls, because at the time there were a whole lot of people speaking out against this. A lot of diverse voices, not people that you might normally expect. And I thought it would be very useful to bring all of those people together in the one place. This is a fairly confronting book. Most of my work is fairly confronting because I feel like we need to say, you know, wake up and smell the manure here. It's really bad. I would love people to get active. They can look at my website and they can also follow me on Twitter and get behind this new movement to bring about the change that is so desperately needed.
Thank you, Melinda.
Thanks very much, Deb.